Alright, so I've been struggling with many issues for a long time. And I did a SWOT analysis, and one of my strengths is that I love doing research and writing research papers. And I also love making video essays and mini documentaries. And I used to do such things for political subjects. But I never did them for the subjects that affected my day to day life. So I'm struggling with junk food addiction, procrastination, motivation. I'm struggling with binge watching Netflix. Why not? I'm doing a research paper now on junk food addiction, and it's absolutely fascinating. For example, they did a rat study and found that when they got rats addicted to junk food, it actually eliminated many of their dopamine receptors, which is the same thing you see with cocaine and heroin addicts. And they saw the same behavioral issues that they saw with rats that got addicted to cocaine and amphetamines. Because, for example, the rats that were fed junk food and addicted to junk food, when they tried to switch them back to the normal healthy food, the regular rat feed, they refused to eat for nearly 2 weeks. They wouldn't eat the healthy food, the normal food. You know, they no longer saw it as something. I can't explain, exactly what was going on there, but that the fact that they would refuse to eat the regular food, that just shows you. It's like when someone's addicted to junk food, and you're like, "Well, try having just some grilled chicken and some sweet potatoes. Try having these healthy meals." They don't want to eat it because their dopamine receptors have been changed, and they've been neurochemically wired to want junk food, and it's so hard to overcome that addiction. And it's not like there are rehabs for people with junk food addiction, where you can go away for a month and you're only given healthy food and you can go through the withdrawal from the junk food addiction. No, you have to do that all on your own. That's why it's so hard for people with binge eating disorder and overeating issues to overcome that. It's very, very difficult. Um, and that's why I struggled with junk food addiction for almost 20 years. My entire life. It's just so sad. I just wish I never would have had junk food introduced in my life. I wish junk food didn't exist, but it does, and other people struggle with it. But if I can figure out the nature of junk food addiction and figure out which treatment option, consulting with people who treat people with binge eating problems, read the books about people who deal with this issue, do all this research and figure out the best methodologies of overcoming binge eating disorder and overcoming junk food addiction, I can help not only myself but other people by creating that mini documentary on YouTube, by creating the video essay, by doing the podcast with the experts, sitting down and doing the interviews, uploading that to YouTube and to iTunes and to Spotify. And then I can start carrying around a business card for that. And when I meet new people and say, "Hey, I do a podcast," and right now I just finished a whole series on junk food addiction and healthy eating, and binge eating disorder, overeating, eating disorders, and now I'm starting one on motivation and procrastination. And here's an essay I wrote. Is 500 words, one page. If you want to check it out, that's a 2-minute read. And if you're interested in the material, my website's on there and my contact information, and then that helps me network with people. Wherever I go, I can, like a rapper promoting their album, I'll go out and promote my writing, with interesting, short, concise essays about fascinating subjects, and start establishing myself as a writer and finding people that can help me get my works published in different newspapers and different online outlets, so on and so forth. And also, it'll look great on my college resume. It'll look great if I'm applying when I'm applying for law school or for, graduate school, for psychology related degree. If I want to go for clinical psychology, whatever the case may be, having a website where I post research papers and persuasive essays and all different forms of writing. It'll improve my writing. It'll improve my communication skills. Doing the podcast, it'll show initiative, and on top of being able to score in the 99th percentile of the top 1% of the LSAT, also having a website where I write about different topics and show critical thinking skills and show the ability to manage a podcast and have high level discussions with PhDs and scientific researchers. It'll allow me to get into a very good law school and hopefully also allow me to get really good scholarships as well and open up doors to opportunities that would not be there otherwise. And also help me meet really interesting people to sit down and have really fascinating, meaningful conversations with on a regular basis as friends. And I'll create a little podcast studio down here and I'll have people over all the time to have engaging, meaningful discussions. And I'm looking forward to it. So my life's about to change for the better radically, and I'm very hyped about it. So yeah, I can't wait to finish this research paper and move on to binge watching. We're looking at that issue, and not just binge watching, also social media, all these other things that distract us in our time. All this instant access to entertainment, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, Netflix, torrenting stuff. I'll discuss all those different things and how people end up just watching them alone and binging them. Netflix just puts out an entire series at once. They want you to binge the entire series, to waste an entire 2 days doing nothing but watching the show, waste an entire weekend when you could have been doing something else. They want you addicted to binge watching stuff. Just like people that create junk food want you addicted to junk food, and people who create cigarettes want you addicted to cigarettes. There's all these people out there making things as addictive as possible, so you go after these impulsive, empty pleasures, and you never live a fulfilling, meaningful life. And that's when I want to combat against that. Like, the world is kind of set against you leading a fulfilling, meaningful life. You got to navigate through all this bullcrap to just have a normal, healthy, happy, meaningful life. So that's the journey I'm on, and I'm happy I found an approach that works for me, because I just love doing this research. And I think I'll wrap it up for today. I'll add a few more things to my works cited page, and then work on some other things as well, now that I'm moving in the right direction. And also, when they one of the things Jordan Peterson said about, like, if you're wasting your time, like just wasting time on YouTube or on other bullcrap, find something better to do. Also, if you're addicted to alcohol or drugs, it's not just quitting, and ceasing the addiction. It's finding something better to do with your time, something more meaningful. What's better than alcohol? What's better than drugs? What's better than junk food? What's better than binge watching shows? You got to replace the addiction with something better, and what's better is something meaningfully engaging, and a life that's like actually valuable, and self-respect, self-esteem, and a social life, and real friends, and a real career, and utilizing your creativity to create something beautiful that helps people. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other videos, and appreciate your time.